Mr. Vice Chancellor, Carleton graduates and guests, it is my great privilege and pleasure to introduce our honorary doctoral recipient, Tina Fidesky. After a life-transforming experience with the Bedfordshire Youth Orchestra, Tina Fidesky studied at Guildhall School of Music and Drama in London, England. She then performed principal flute in the Tenerife Symphony Orchestra for 4 seasons. Following a 6-month sabbatical at the Banff Centre for the Arts, she moved to Ottawa, where she played with all the established local orchestras and festivals, including the National Arts Centre Orchestra and the Ottawa Chamber Music Festival. In 1999, in partnership with her husband, Gary McMillan, Fidesky opened the Leading Note print music store. Until its sale in 2020, it was recognized nationally as a hub of the classical music scene in Ottawa. In 2007, motivated by her passionate belief in the transformative power of youth music, she and co-founders Gary McMillan and Margaret Maria launched Orchestra, a Systema-inspired social development program delivered through music. From its inaugural class of 27 students, over 750 children and youth from 62 linguistic and cultural backgrounds currently participate in Orchestra free programs. Orchestra students demonstrate how the power of music gives them a voice that transcends differences and celebrates love, courage, excellence, and belonging. Now, for over a decade, Fidesky has been dedicated to advancing music and educational initiatives at Carleton. She has led music practicum courses, taught flute as an adjunct professor, and mentored many Carleton students throughout the history of Orchestra. As the leader of Orchestra, Fidesky has proudly accepted many awards, including a Peace Award from the Mayor of Ottawa and a Leadership Award from the Canadian Institute of Child Health. In 2016, she was awarded the Meritorious Service Medal by the Governor-General of Canada for creating the Orchestra program. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of her visionary leadership and extraordinary dedication to fostering positive change for youth through the power of music, I recommend that you confer the degree of Doctor of Music, honoris causa, upon Tina Fidesky.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and upon the recommendation of the University Senate, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Music, honoris causa.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, Chair of the Board of Governors, graduates, and most honored guests, today is a significant moment to celebrate all you have learned, achieved, and become during your time in this remarkable university. Congratulations. And it is not just a celebration for you alone, because when you thrive, communities thrive. It is a huge honor to be here with you and a privilege to give the convocation address. Thank you. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that I would receive such an honor for creating an idea out of nothing. Fueled by my power and passion for equity and the unending belief, work, and inspiration of so many, and many of them are here today. Thank you. In 2007, with the incredible co-founders, my husband Gary McMillan and Margaret Maria, we created Orchestra, a social development program with the mission to empower kids and build community through the universal language of music. Today's honor is further magnified because in 2012, I was invited by Carleton University to accept an honorary degree for Dr. Antonio Abreu, the founder of Venezuela's El Sistema, our inspiration. Maestro Abreu, a musician, economist, and politician, looked at the rampant poverty in Venezuela and in 1975 decided if he could put instruments into the hands of children and youth, it would transform their lives. El Sistema went on to become the world's most inspiring example of how and why music can be a powerful agent of social change. So why music? Dr. Abreu said, teach children the beauty of music, and music will teach them the beauty of life. The joys and challenges of playing an instrument requires grit, passion, perseverance, and creativity. And singing and playing together teaches all of us how to create a community out of very diverse parts, how to listen with our hearts as well as our heads, how to collaborate and build something bigger and more beautiful than our individual selves. These lessons, we believe, will serve not only our students, but our community and, in turn, our world. It has been awe-inspiring to stand on the shoulders of Maestro Abreu, and I know he would be proud of how our kids are flourishing and how Orchestra has evolved to be an integral part of Ottawa. I'm sharing this with you because at this significant moment in your lives, I invite you to think of whose shoulders you are standing on. Professors in this room, composers or authors in the library, mentors, family, friends. One of my mentors suggested that I share my experience of how important it is to be open to opportunity and have the courage to act on them. Looking back, I've always believed that synchronicity played a tremendous role in the story of Orchestra. Yet, synchronicity, often interpreted as luck, can only result in a metaphorical home run if you keep your eye on the ball and hit with a passion, commitment, sweat, and tears. As we say in Orchestra, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Perseverance is the key, illustrated so perfectly when one of our 5-year-olds shared that the most important part of her body was her feet because they kept her moving forward. Moving forward is essential, and just as important is starting with the end in mind. As the quote from Alice in Wonderland said, if you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. Looking at projects or even your entire life from the end inspires, maybe even forces you to ask, what really matters? 17 years ago, starting at the end didn't mean we had a clear pathway on how Orchestra would evolve. Far from it. The convoluted pathway of our learning curve would crash Google Maps. But we knew in our bones we had to break down the barriers so all children could have the chance to find their voice through the transformative power of making music together. That is what mattered to us, and that is what gave us courage of our convictions to trust ourselves to keep moving forward. So while we may never arrive, we have always known where we are going. In closing, with Orchestra's values of love, courage, excellence, and belonging, our goal is not to create virtuoso musicians, but rather nurture virtuoso human beings. I wish for each one of you to become the virtuoso human being that rings true for you. And starting at the end, think of who you want to be for those who will be standing on your shoulders. Thank you.